Hello, I'm Azai. Oops, the BGM is a bit too low. There we go. Welcome back to Subahibi. So we finished our first ending of Subahibi yesterday. It was pretty good. I enjoyed how it ended. I'm not gonna reiterate what I said on the last episode, but I really do enjoy that ending. I don't know what the other ending is supposed to give us, like, answers about. I guess they're gonna tell us about what happened, or what the heck is Ayana at long last? At least that's what I assume, right? I hope there's like no sex scene or anything with Hasaki on this ending. But yeah, I'm not gonna say anything too much. I think I've talked about what I wanted to talk about, and I am also curious about the story. So let's just dive right in. I chose, of course, it is before, right? I really hope there's no sex scene.
それだけじゃない。
Okay, Tomosane, what happens when you become honest?
それだけじゃないって、どういう。
You know, with how much I was acting towards Sasaki, I wonder why people thought I was gonna get this ending first, right? Of course, I would deny the fact that I would have any sort of romantic relationship with my own sister.
妹であり、そして守らなきゃいけない人間だ。
守らなきゃ。
そうだ。ユキもそうだけど、俺もお前をちゃんと守らなきゃいけない。兄として、いや、それ以上、お前の兄であり父親でなければならない。
Wait, what? Was I actually misunderstanding the question? Aw. Was I misunderstanding the question? Really? I guess that's why.
それが俺たちの存在意義だからな。
なるほど。その場合は、私は姉であり、お母さんということか。
見た目は男だけどな。
そんなことないぞ。こんな母音だぞ。
うるさい、すりつけるなバカ。
何やってるんですか、ユキさん。ごめんね。でも、トモ兄さんの言うことは正しいんだろうと思う。けど、何かその答え、喜べないかも。
So this is not the route towards incest? I am so confused. The fact that we told her she's more than a sister to us?
なぜだ。
あ、いや、なんでも。でも、トモ兄さんは私のことをちゃんと考えてくれてるんだよね。それは、
I'm going to skip, sorry about that. The scenes that are, like, skippable. Because don't worry, the scenes that I skipped, or that I'm able to skip, are scenes that we already know. Scarlet seems to misunderstand a lot that when I skip something, it's skipping new text, but no, when I skip something in this game,
けど、
we're skipping something that we already know.
けど、
トモサネにしてはまともな答えで、逆に葉崎ちゃんが困ってるんだよ。
Yuki, if you think about answers people want to hear every time, you're nothing but a, you know, cocksucker. I know that's a bit offensive. There's probably a better word for it, but you know how it is. You're just sucking up to people.
でもそれが本心だ。父親が死に、母親があんなことになってしまった今、誰が葉崎を守る？ 俺はユキの言う通りにハサキのことを考えてる。でもそうでもしなきゃハサキを守れない。
Those were my genuine feelings. I said it partially because I wanted to keep my distance from Hasaki, but those were still my most genuine feelings.
こんな時にそんなセリフほんと春だ。なんでもない。でもほんと私の趣味って厄介だな。
You know, in some way, Hasaki, I'm kind of jealous that you have a brother like Tomosane. Not Mamiya Takuji, of course. But Tomosane is definitely a good older brother.
なんだそりゃ。
じゃあそろそろ私上がるよ。どっちにしても水着じゃ体洗えないからな。さすがに兄の前といえども水着を脱ぐのは問題だからね。
じゃあ俺上がる。そろそろ。
ゆっくりしていきなよ。
いや、体を洗ったし。なあ、ユキ。
まあいいか。本当はもう少し洗いたいけど。ああ、なんでもない、なんでも。
じゃあな、ゆっくり。
あんなことあんたが言うと思わなかった。
So did I.
嘘はついてなかっただろ。
まあね、彼女と距離を取るためっていうのはあるけど、本心ではあるか。
ああ、本心だよ。
まあ確かに葉崎ちゃんを守っていきたいって気持ちはわかるよ。
俺にはその時間はあまりないけどな。
またそういうこと言う。
So at the end, is it still gonna be Yuki that's resurfacing? I would think that, you know, this kind of choice matters during the confrontation with Mamiya Takuji. I thought Takuji wouldn't be able to do what he did, and Tomosane would be able to stop him. That's what I thought was going to happen in this chapter, but as it turns out, as we already know, that didn't happen. What happened was Tomosane still lost. Even though at the very end, he regained his own consciousness or his own personality.
実際、本当のことだ。
But the reason why I keep saying I was always pro Takuji is because I wanted the stuff that Takuji did in chapter 3 to happen, right? So I didn't know the fact that the choice here still makes it so that what Takuji did happen in chapter 3. I thought it would really change the story drastically, like what happened in the alternate end for chapter 3, where Mamiya Takuji said just like, fuck it, I just wanna be happy with Kimika.
何をもって本当なのよ。
そんなことよりな、ユキ。
何？
目のやり場に困るから服着てくれ。
Oh no. Why did I not expect sex scenes to still be happening in this game? Oh, fucking damn it, Yuki.
私結構風呂上がりは全裸好きなんだよね。
好きとかそういう問題じゃねえ。うざいから服着ろ。
なんだよ。サービスでもあるのに。
Yuki, I really don't need fan service. It makes it harder for me to upload this to YouTube.
そういうのをありがた迷惑って言うんだよ。
ったく。まあいいや。どっちにしろ限界だったんだわ。
Okay, no
限界？
sex.
あ、ごめん。話途中だけど。
ユキ？
Still, you didn't have to show me that though. Come on. Yuki suddenly disappeared. She instantly disappeared like her battery suddenly ran out.
無理しているんだろうな。あいつなりに。
People always do that though. Okay, I can skip a lot of the story, actually. See that? Well, we'll have to wait until something new comes up. Oh my god, why? Ah. I'm just saying. We already know what's gonna happen. I know this is... I guess I kind of knew this was gonna happen to be honest, like, I actually expected this kind of ending rather than the one with Asaki. I have to say, I like Yuki a lot more than Asaki. Still, this is very weird, you know? Like, if you try to imagine what he's doing, right? Trying to have sex with Yuki like this, it's either he's using some kind of onaho, a blow-up doll, or something along those lines. That's a very weird thing. I mean, I did find it strange that there was no sex scene with Yuki. I thought there would have been a sex scene on chapter 7, actually, but I guess Tomosane was a bit too small in chapter 7. What was she doing? Oh god, she's... I guess she's kissing us. This is bizarre. I mean, we already saw Mamiya Takuji fuck the desk. So, fucking your alternate personality inside of your brain is not as strange as that, right? At least this is an objectophiliac. The next words he said were, "We can take our spiritual belongings, our treasures to heaven, so treasure the moment." But I can't do that. Rather than treasuring the moment, I must change the future. I wanted to be with Yuki longer, but we live for the future. So? No, So we must work toward a better future. Not some spiritual belongings. I actually don't know if I'm gonna leave that in or not, the sex scene. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't also necessarily good towards the plot, right? I mean, I enjoyed it because it felt natural and unlike Hasaki's. Well, it depends on how long I record the session, of course. If it gets too long, I might have to cut it out. But yeah, it looks like we can skip again. If these like skip scenes are getting too long, I might also like cut these out. I do enjoy this music, by the way, like Zakuro's theme. Really enjoyable to listen to. Wow. You had to like skip so many things after what I said last time. Basically what happened in chapter 5 and chapter 6 was all the same, and upwards towards chapter 7 before this, it was also the same. But yeah, that was a lot of skipping. I definitely had to trim that. But let's see how this goes. I actually really do like Yuki. At this part during chapter 7, I was like, I actually felt pretty sad about this scene.
そうだよ。とりあえずお別れだ。
So, I definitely want to know what happens.
私は彼をちゃんと届けないとダメだからね。
ユキね。
そんな顔するなよ、友さね。ほら、私の存在感じるだろ。
Sonzai. Yukine held my hand tightly. Her hand was very small and soft.
私はいつでもあんたのそばにいるよ。私は行かなきゃいけないけどさ。それでもちゃんと友さねのそばにいつでもいるから。
Yukine slowly let go of my hand. And then she took a step back and shouted.
さあ、行きなさい。ヒーローが最後にヒロイン守れないでどうすんのさ。そうでしょ？友さね。
Oh, you can. Oh man, you can skip again? God damn it. What about Yuki though? Wait, we didn't fall down, did we? Oh my god. The praise to think about the meaning of life.
こんな山道歩くんですか？村までバスないんですか？
Okay, let me actually... Did we actually fall down this time? Is this all a dream? Oh no. Or not the dream, like, you know, some sort of vision of the afterlife?
たく、何言ってるのよ。そんな大した距離じゃないわよ。だいたい誰もあんたのことなんて呼んでないでしょ。
はさきちゃん大丈夫なの？こんな山道。
全然平気ですよ。
A summer day, we walked along the side of the road, and the rays of a summer sun pierced us. A blue sky stretched overhead. Great white clouds dotted the sky. The trees were full of green. We walked through just such a scene. Every time the wind blew, I smelt the wild grass, the babbling of a brook, the smell of earth under our feet. My father was born in this town. I don't see Tomosane, so we're probably in the perspective of Hasaki. I think we really did die. It was called Sawamura. I know a lot about this village. For instance, I know the autumn breeze, the season when the valleys of Sawamura are dyed with a beautiful scarlet sunset. When I first saw the trees bathed in scarlet, I was at a loss for words. When they saw that, Tomo-ni-san and Yuki-san laughed at me. For instance, I know the chill of winter. The winters here are colder than in Tokyo. The clouds floating in from the ocean sprinkle endless snowflakes upon the village. During the winter, all the children romp through a snowy wonderland, throwing snowballs, building snowmen, and even constructing little igloos. For a child, it was heaven on earth. That's one of the best memories I have of my childhood. For instance, I know the greeting spring. The spring in Sawamura brings change to every pastoral landscape. The white land is suddenly alive with green. The cherry blossoms fall upon yesterday's snows. The one season when the cherry blossoms are free to dance. The season where we see life in all its glory, and in all its vigor. And the budding of new green leaves on all the trees. I like the cherry blossoms, but I love to watch the green buds upon the Zelkova's branches. The sun filtering through an early spring canopy is perhaps more precious than any of the world's treasures. Then, when the verdant green of the Zelkova gradually deepens into a lusher shade, summer comes. The summer in Sawamura is hot and muggy. The beams of the sun seem to illuminate the entire world. But the shade under a tree's boughs can be far cooler than any shelter from the sun in Tokyo. Sawamura is just such a village.
いやー、なんでこんな村に戻ってきたんでしょうかね。まあ確かに保釈中ですし、行動はわかるんですけど、こっちとしては迷惑な話ですね。
Wait, really? So the difference in this ending is that we actually got sent to jail? Are you serious? I was finally starting to enjoy the atmosphere out here in the mountains when Kimura-san spoiled the mood with his complaints.
気分ぶち壊しです。
え、なんで僕がいると気分ぶち壊しなの？
そりゃそうでしょ。久しぶりの田舎なんだから。だいたい迷惑とか誰もあんたなんか呼んでないわよ。勝手についてきてさ。
まあそうなんですけど、これも仕事なんでね。
たく、もうほとんど無罪確定なんだから、ついてきたって面白い記事なんて書けないわよ。
まあ世間的にはまだ気になることが多いんですよ。
Okay, so he's not going to be convicted. But why aren't we with Hasaki?
だから言葉わからない人ね。この村に関わることなんて記事にしたら普通に殺すわよ。静かな村なんだからかき回さないでよ。
はい、善処します。
The end of summer. It was a month after that happened. For some reason, it was decided that a ceremony would be held in honor of my father. That's why we were walking along the same familiar road. The same road where we walked next to our father. I walked the same road the first time I came to Sawamura with my father. The promised place. That's how I thought of it back then. Even now, this place makes my heart race. Last time I was here with my father. Even then, my heart was racing. It was the first time I met my Nissan. I heard that we lived together 3 years before that, but I was too young to remember. I didn't know what kind of person he was. My heart raced with anticipation.
Hasaki.
The person who turned to look at me was my brother. It was just like the first time we met. He looked scary, but he was actually an incredibly kind brother.
タモ兄さん、待った。
ああ、すげえ待った。ほら見ろよ、こんな時間だぞ。
ってなんであんた目覚まし時計持ってきてるのよ。
この村じゃあんまり時間気にしないからな。腕時計とか持ってないんだよ。
え、携帯電話とかは？
バカか。アンテナ立ってるわけないだろ。
なんですと？ それ困るよ。だってさ、会社から緊急の連絡とか来たらさ。
だからさ、誰もあんたのことなんて呼んでないんだから帰ればいいでしょうね。
逆になんで来たんですか、木村さん。
取材だよ。
へえ、仕事熱心なんですね。でもこの村での出来事とか書いたら普通に殺しますよ。
Why?
ダメ、そう言って僕の D3 とか狙わないで。
たく、なんなんだかこの男は。
普通に保釈されたね。
何でも社会復帰を阻害することになりかねないとかなんとか。
まああれだけ多重人格の証拠があればね。特に君の場合はあの事件を刺されてまで止めようとした事実もあるし。
でも病院にも入れられませんでしたけどね。
だってもういないんだろ、間宮拓司君は。
そうですね。
Mamiya Takuji's personality never surfaced again after that day. Or rather, no one else's personality ever took control of my body again. From the time I wake up in the morning until the time I sleep at night, I live my life normally, without a hint of discontinuity. Is that how you say that word? How did I forget how to say that word? Discontinuity. All the symptoms of dissociative identity disorder were completely cured.
まあ間宮拓司君は目的を果たしたんだろうから、もう現れる必然もないよね。
さあ、間宮の家まで歩くわよ。
まだ歩くんですか？
当たり前です。というか本当に木村さん帰った方がいいですよ。
そんなこと言わないでよ。冷たいな。
ただいま。
お、友さね早いね。
Huh?
ゆきさんですね。
Huh?
うん、ゆきねえだよ。久しぶり、はざきちゃん。
どうしたんですか？早く家の中に入りましょうよ。
Huh?
そうね。
Huh? So... The personality never resurfaced, but... does that mean that Takuji's playing her role now? Oh... When I was released, I was entrusted to this village. I'm sure that part of it was just because they didn't want the mass media to harass me. But I'm also certain that that's not the only reason why the doctors decided this village would be the best place for me. So now I have to travel to the nearest city once a week to see a psychologist.
で、どうだった？久しぶりの山道はさ。ゆきさんはどうでした？私はもともとがこの村の生まれだからあんまり気にならないよ。
何言ってるんだよ。ネットが使えねえとか最初騒いでたじゃねえかよ。
だってさ、アンサイクロペディアとかで調べ物できないんだよ。世の中知らないことばかりなのに。
いや、どこの世界にアンサイクロペディアで調べ物するやつがいるんだよ。せめてウィキペディアにしておけよ。
アンサイクロペディアをなめるなよ。
いや、そんなこと力説されても。
I actually don't know what the heck is encyclopedia, but Wikipedia is popular enough. I've been using that since I was still in grade school. That's like what? 10 years ago? No, even more, like 12 years ago.
でも結構早く着きました。そうだね。もっと遅くなると思ったよ。
いや、それでも15分ぐらい遅刻だからな。待たされる身にもなってくれ。
The end of summer. Even at the end of summer, the sun shone high in the sky. Cumulo nimbi gathered strength far off in the distance. Those clouds would probably rain torrents of water later. The season was coming to an end. The day of Dad's death had finally come. It had been 8 years since that day, and so we all returned to that same village, Sawaimura. It's the place where Asaki and I met, and the place where I met Yuki and Master as well. Well, I was living with Asaki for a while before, but she was just a baby, so she didn't remember me. Tomorrow, they would hold a ceremony for my father. Though this year wasn't actually a notable anniversary of his death. The closest would be the 10th anniversary, but it still hadn't been quite 10 years. But our grandmother, who still lives here, said that it was normal to hold a ceremony for the 7th anniversary of a death in the Buddhist tradition. I told her that it had actually been 8 years since he died, of course. I think that this ceremony was really being held for my sake. It had been a long time since I came back to this village. I don't care about those stuffy Buddhist anniversary traditions, but I'm sure a lot of my old acquaintances would come back to the village if we held an event. That's probably why they were doing it. A monk came to see us at the temple. He recited some kind of sutra. I listened to the boring sutra. Will he just get on with it already? Hey, when my mom died, we also had like sutras for like days before we had to cremate her. That's all I was thinking. I don't know what the fuck was going on when those sutras were like being spoken out loud. Like, they were very loud. Buddhist tradition is very weird when it comes to death. I appreciated all the stuff that my grandmother was doing for me, but it was honestly just a pain. I looked out the window. The bright rays of the sun still rained down on the land outside.
空青いね。
坊さんがお経読んでる時に喋るなよ。
青い空っていいよね。
お前嫌いだって言ってただろ。
なんだよ。その後にちゃんと青空も好きだって言っただろ。
それはタバコの火が消えないからとか理由だろ。
I guess this is why, like, a lot of people told me they would rather me play this first instead of the other ending. I guess because I know that Tomosane could live without any kind of personality inside of him in that ending, I would treat this as something abnormal, right? Well, that's true. Like, whether I've played the other ending or not, I would definitely still think that Tomosane and Yuki existing in the same body, even after that happened, is, like, you know, not actually a good thing. I don't know.
なんだよ。そんなことで好きになったらダメなのかよ。ユキさんって青空嫌いだったんですか?
Maybe I could only say that because I've already played through the other ending. Who knows if I played this ending the first time I would have thought the same or not. I believe I would think the same, but, you know, you don't, like, people don't really know themselves 100% too, right?
まあね。なんだろう。空が怖いんじゃね？空が怖い。だってさ、私ってば空から落ちてるし。それ言ったら私なんか2回も落ちてます。でもさ、ちゃんと生きてるじゃん。1回目は私、2回目は友実が守ってくれたからさ。
ああ、俺はちゃんと生きて帰ってきたがな。
Oh, so we still saved her. We still fell down. I see, I see.
そりゃお前がヒーローだからだろ。ヒーローは死なないだろ。
I thought we actually got saved with, like, after that.
ヒーローは死なないか。
法要が終わったらさ、またあのひまわり見に行こうよ。
Heroes don't die. I don't know.
いいですね。行こうぜ。
葉崎大丈夫なのか？遠いぞ。
大丈夫に決まってるよ。だって小さい時に登れたもん。
でもあの頃はこの年に慣れてただろう。 今じゃずっと都会暮らしだ。
もし歩けなくなったら友実がおぶっていくから問題ないだろ。
勝手に決めるな。
なんだよ、ヒーローなんだろ。
なんでヒーローがそんな何でも屋みたいなことになってるんだよ。
すごい。
ひまわりだらけだな。
私らも今年見るの初めてだな。
そうなの？
うん、葉崎ちゃん来るからその時に一緒に見ようって決めてたんだよ。
Decided. We didn't really make a decision like that, but we had a sort of unspoken agreement. But if we were going to see them, there's no reason why we wouldn't wait for Asaki to be with us. This hill is one of those places.
なんかひまわりってこんな大きかったんだ。
そうだね。
私あれから大きくなったからあの時よりもひまわりが小さく見えると思ってたよ。
どっちにしてもひまわりは人間より大きいからね。逆にさ、花の部分に近づいた分大きく見えるのかもね。
ああ、そうか。あの頃は小さすぎてそのてっぺんがよく見えなかったから。
そういうことだね。まあ世の中には自分が大きくなっても大きいまんまなものもあるってことだよ。
そうですね。ひまわりはずっと大きかった。
なんだよ、さっきから黙って。何？相変わらずひまわりは陰気臭いってか？死人に手向けられる花みたいだって。
いや、あんまりそうとは思わないけどな。
そっか、それはよかった。
そうなのか。
だってさ、もう死人に花を手向ける必要はないだろ。
死人に手向ける花はないか。
そういうこと。
ねえ、坂登ろうよ。
We climbed up that same hilly road. Misaki laughed and played as we walked. When she was young, it was really hard for her to climb this hill. Even that foggy hilltop in the distance, which she thought she could never reach, was now a pleasant walk to the top. That was a scene which changed with the passing of time.
すごい綺麗。すごい空が
こんなだったんだな、この丘の風景って。
そうだな。
Even in my memory, the view from the hill was always beautiful. But at that moment, it was even more beautiful than I remembered. It was a perfectly ordinary landscape. It was a perfectly ordinary world. This scene will probably never, ever change. And it was very beautiful.
ユキ。いつまでなんだ。
何が？
いつまでもこのままってわけにはいかないんだろう。
空綺麗だね。
あ、
エロゲとかだとさ、実は生き量でユキさんは実は生きてましたとかあるんだけどね。
That's true.
お前の墓はちゃんとあるよ。
そうそう、だいぶ前に私の体を燃やされて灰になっちまってるんだよね。
The night that I came to Sawamura, Yuki came back to me. But unlike before, her personality didn't take the place of mine. She just hung around in my vicinity, like some kind of ghost.
お前って幽霊なのか。
さあ、脳の不具合じゃないの？
なら幻覚か。
そうじゃないの？だってそうじゃないと。
そうじゃないと。
ゆきさん、クローバーがありますよ。
If not, then what are you?
マジで？じゃあ四つ葉もあるかもよ。
A giggling Yuki ran over to Hisaki. A hallucination. If she was a hallucination, then the fact that Hisaki could see her too means that... I looked up at the blue sky. The sky is the most distant world that a human can ever lay eyes upon. You could even say the distance separating us from that world is infinite. And that's what we have hanging above us at all times, spread over our heads. If you would think about it, that's really bizarre. We live on the ground, surrounded by finite things, small things, things which change as time passes. Those are the things we're surrounded by as we live out our lives. We live out our normal lives surrounded by those things. But directly above us, there's something that none of us can ever reach. None of us can ever know where that limit even lies. The infinite is always spread over our heads. Hanging above this common scene, there is an infinite vastness which is always present. That's just the world we live in.
神秘とは世界がいかにあるかではなく、世界があるというそのことである。
限界づけられた全体として世界を感じること。これが神秘なのだ。かい？
ああ、そうだな。どうだ？四つ葉のクローバーは見つかったか？
全然見つからないよ。
そうか。
The two of them were trying with all their might to find a four-leaf clover. Why do they need to find something like that? I remember searching for four-leaf clovers when I was a child, but I never managed to find one. A four-leaf clover. For some reason, that word made me recall the image of a golden angel in my memory. One golden angel is worth a prize toy. By the way, you can get a prize for 5 silver angels too. It's just that, in my mind, the four-leaf clover that I could never find is like one of those rare golden angels, since you could trade just one golden angel for a prize. When I told Asaki about it, she said,
金のエンジェルは出ないけど、銀のエンジェルは結構出るんだよ。私は何度も出たことがあったもん。
And you've gotten the prize before?
4枚ぐらいまで集まるんだけどさ、最後の1枚が全然出なくて、そのうち忘れちゃって、最後の1枚が出た時に思い出すんだよね。ああ、4枚まで集めてたのに。
She had 4 at one point, but she lost them somewhere. Even though she carefully collected them for so long, eventually she lost interest and forgot about them. When she finally found the last one, she remembered that she'd been collecting them.
四つ葉のクローバー、見つからないな。
If you can't find it, then you need to keep looking. You can just keep looking until you find it. But once you do find it, if Yuki or Asaki really did find that lucky four-leaf clover here on the hill, then, well, that's why it's probably better that she didn't find that last angel. It's better to have one last something to look for. That's true.
見つけた！
Yuki yelled out.
幸福の四つ葉打ち取ったり！
あ、本当だ。
Yuki plucked the four-leaf clover, a symbol of good luck. The golden angel that is worth a prize all on its own. Yuki laughed as she held the clover up to the sky.
見つかると思わなかった。結構簡単に見つかるんだね。
お前が見つけようとするからだ。
だって見つけたくなるじゃん。
見つけたくなる
うん。幸福を呼ぶと言われる派があったとしたら、人はそれを探すだろう。人ってそういうもんだよ。
でもその葉が見つかってしまえ
ば。そうだね。その葉が見つかってしまったら、この遊びは終わりになるね。
なんでそうなるんだよ。
だってさ、遊びには終わりがあるから遊びなんだよ。
That's true. Nothing lasts eternally.
そんなことない。
そんなことあるだろ。夕方になってさ、 帰りのチャイムが鳴ったら帰らなきゃならないんだよ。それが遊びの終わりの知らせ。
だったら帰りのチャイムを壊せばいい。
まためちゃくちゃな。それ単純なテロじゃん。チャイムがなきゃ夕方は夜になってさ、どっちにしてももう遊ぶことはできないよ。
See, this is something I always experience. Whether I play a bad game, whether I enjoy a bad game, whether I don't enjoy it, at the end of the game, I always feel empty. You know? If I was playing just a normal, typical game where I was, you know, like, just playing it for the gameplay, maybe I wouldn't feel empty, but when you play a game and you get to know the characters, you feel some sort of emptiness like taking hold of you once you're done with the story. I felt it pretty strongly when I was playing Persona 4 the first time. It was one of those games where I really felt something.
暗闇の中では影踏みも砂遊びも石蹴りもできない。日が沈めば終わらなきゃいけない。
But that's not how I think anymore.
終わらないと。
ユキ、
ユキさん。
これからさ、ちゃんと幸せになるんだよ、二人とも。
ふざけるな。そんな身勝手なこと言うな。
身勝手かな。
当たり前だ。勝手に消えて勝手にいなくなるやつにそんなこと言う権利があんのかよ。
勝手に消えていくやつか。あんただって長らく消えてたじゃん。
でもちゃんと俺は戻ってきた。俺はちゃんとここに戻ってきた。
だからさ、それはヒーローだからさ。そういうのヒーロー特権って言うんだぜ。私はヒーローじゃない。だからさ、ほら見なよ。もう日が暮れる。
I consider you the heroine, Yuki. But then again, there are lots of games where the heroine dies in the end, right?
お遊びの時間は終わりだよ。
ユキ、はい。
終わり。遊びの時間はもう、あ、そろそろ。
Yuki closed her eyes. I could do nothing as I watched her. Yuki had walked alongside me every day till now. Yuki had walked alongside me as we climbed this hill. Once I left this hill, it would be over.
そろそろお腹減らない？
え？
お腹減った。
そろそろ遊びの時間も終わりにして飯食いに帰ろうぜ。
え？ユキ？
何ともさね。
このまま家に帰るの？
なんで？当たり前じゃん。
つうか腹減るの？
だから仏壇にはご飯が置かれてるんだろうが。
あ、いや、そういう問題じゃなくて。
ほら帰ろうぜ。
帰ろう。
Yuki started running. Asaki chased after her. I was a little shocked, but I walked after them anyway. The three of us started to walk down the hill. We walked down this hill, which is closer to the sky than anywhere else. The three of us walked down the hill together.
たく遅いぞともさね。ほら急ぐ。
あ、ダメですよ。ユキさん、とも兄さん抱きしめすぎです。
Wait, Asaki can see you?
わかった。
わかりますよ。見えてないとでも思ってるんですか？
What the fuck?
なんだよ。見えるのかよ。
当たり前じゃないですか。私はさなみの血を引く人間ですよ。
I don't know about this ending now. If they ended it off without Tasaki being able to see Yuki, I think that was actually a pretty sweet ending. But Hisaki? What?
そんなのオカルトじゃん。
オカルトかどうかなんて知りません。っていうか、ユキさん胸押し付けるのやめてください。
I guess in a more broad perspective, what they wanted to tell you is that Hisaki stepped inside of your world, right? But I feel like that's so impossible to do. But I guess that's what it's trying to represent.
って言いながら、葉崎、何お前抱きついてるんだよ。
私は兄弟だからいいんだもん。
Like, this scene itself doesn't matter. The message holds very true. And it's a very beautiful message, actually.
なんだよ、葉崎ちゃん独り占めは良くないな。
独り占めも何もありません。だいたいユキさんなんてたたりみたいなもんなんだから、あんまりとも兄さんに近づくと体調悪くなるかもしれないです。
うわー、ひどい。それ幽霊差別発言だぞ。
知りません。だいたい私知ってるんです。
いた。
とも兄さん、ユキさんとエッチなことしましたよね。
Okay, this is getting weird now. Hisaki? What the fuck?
さなみの血舐めないでください。たく、ユキさんいい加減成仏してください。
You're ruining the things that I've been saying about this scene. Come on, stop.
それこそさなみ関係ないじゃん。つうか最終的にさなみに何の力もなかったじゃん。
それでも私にはあるんです。と言いますか、幽霊なんだからとも兄さんに取りつかないでください。
そんな釣れないな。
いろいろ感謝してますけど、私はとも兄さんを寝取るような幽霊は嫌いです。
寝取るも何も、友実は誰のものでもないがな。
いいえ、とも兄さんは私のものです。
なんだよそれ、インモラルだな。
幽霊とエッチなことするよりマシです。
あのさ、これって
何ですか？
いや、なんでお前がユキと会話してるの？
ユキさんが見えるからだよ。
なんで見えるの？
そう、見えるものは見えるんだもん。
なんだ、葉崎ちゃんまで脳の不具合か？
Yes.
知りません。とりあえずユキさん、今度とも兄さんとエッチなことしたら殺しますからね。
What the fuck is wrong with you, Asaki?
死んでるがな。
2度殺します。
007だがな。
Hey, isn't that copyrighted?
やめろ葉崎。
なんだよ、ここまで助けてやったのに、葉崎ちゃんひどいぞ。
ってユキも引っ張るな。
Hisaki and Yuki were both giggling by now, and pulling me in opposite directions. On one side was my sister. On the other side was a ghost. Or maybe a hallucination. I don't get it. Then Yuki said something.
脳内彼女とかすげえじゃん。年取らないんだよ。いつまでも可愛いユキちゃんなんだよ。
I mean... Isn't that what a waifu is? Of course, I don't make them act the way I want them to act. They have their own sets of personalities attached to them. You know, so at the end of the... Like, at the end of the day, I do understand this point of view from, Takuji. I don't understand Hisaki, though. Well, maybe if two people are close enough, I guess they should be able to talk with your imaginary waifu, I suppose.
うるさいです、幽霊のくせに。
幽霊だって人権はあるんだぞ。
そんなのあるわけありません。そんなの二次元に人権があるって言ってるのと変わりません。
They don't. They truly don't. But people who do have waifus seem to think they do. I don't know if I think they do have it or not. I don't know. Like I said, I have a waifu just to differentiate myself or differentiate between like and love.
何も
Because it's never worth to love someone, but it's worth to love something. The sun fell in the sky and a waning moon rose far off in the distance. A perfectly ordinary world. A perfectly ordinary life. Could you call this ridiculous life we're living ordinary?
葉崎ちゃん、いい加減彼氏とか作りなよ。そんなブラコンじゃ不健全だよ。幽霊の人に言われたくはないです。幽霊の方が不健全ではないよ。それは非常識です。ボタン灯籠の話とかあるじゃないですか。だいたい死者との恋愛なんてうまくいくわけがありません。
Peony Lantern? Never heard that.
あれはね、古い時代だからさ。今だと事情も変わるんだよ。そんな理由で変わられても困ります。あんまりユキさんが近づくとタマ兄さんの生命力が衰えます。なんだよ、世の中には守護霊とかいるじゃん。そんなものはオカルトです。
I'm pretty sure talking about ghosts is already solidly in the realm of superstition.
だいたい遠距離恋愛は長続きしないってネット知恵袋に書いてありました。はあ、ゆとり世代はこれだから。論語の中でコウシ先生も言ってたよ。本当に付き合っていたら距離なんて気にならないって。
I mean, that's true.
死者と生きてる人間じゃ距離ありすぎます。愛はその距離すら超えるんだよ。非常識です。
Doesn't have to make sense, I guess. Neither do you. Even after Dad's memorial ceremony ended, Yuki never disappeared. Misaki and I were the only ones who were ever able to see her. Misaki doesn't have to go to the hospital like I do, but the doctors would probably diagnose her with PTSD, resulting from brain damage she suffered at the time of her fall. We don't actually know why Hisaki and I can see Yuki. We don't know if she's a ghost or just a hallucination. Regardless, the two of us can talk with her, play with her, and even laugh along with her. We don't know how long it'll last. These happy times could even end tomorrow. But that same statement applies to everything in our lives. The Yuki in front of me could disappear at any moment. In truth, that same anxiety extends to every existence in this world. That's true. So I won't think about it anymore. The road that leads endlessly up the hill. The peak that lies foggy in the distance. It's just like our own journey through the world. There's no use worrying about what lies at the peak. We have only to enjoy the journey up the slope. I think I enjoyed both endings because it shows you different sides. Like, it's a really drastic change on the ending. One side is a lot more realistic, and the other side is a lot... Well, this is actually pretty realistic too, like I said. As the world grows, waifu is like... I like my waifu, right? I don't necessarily think everyone should have a waifu. If you like a real-life girl, then by all means do so. Date her, or whatever. I like the feeling of loving something, but I don't really want to take the risk of actually loving someone. You know? I do agree with the notion that love actually makes your life a bit more happier, in a way. Not like by much, but it does make you a lot happier. I said not by much and then I said a lot happier, which contradicts it. I mean, like, it makes you happier, not by a lot. But I definitely see the point of view that they're trying to achieve on this ending. I don't necessarily know which one I prefer. They're both good in their own way. They really are good in their own way. If people couldn't relate to this and they were a bit more logical with what they do, I think they would have been baffled. I was, of course, baffled too at the start. But when I thought along the lines of, think of it as just me trying to visualize my own 2D waifu in my brain. When I was a lot younger, well, not a lot younger actually, just a couple of years ago, I was a lonely guy, right? Instead of praying and talking to God, I was talking to my waifu. I can't envision God, and I don't want to force my ideals on God, because I don't have the same values as God, right? So I talk to my waifu before I go to bed. It's creepy, I know. I am self-aware that it's creepy, but I still do it anyway. The reason why was because when I was a kid, I was very scared of ghosts. I got so scared of ghosts that even when I was like showering and trying to shampoo my hair, when I close my eyes, I keep seeing ghosts, right? And that scared the shit out of me. But instead of the image of God, I had a thought. What if I replace every time I see a ghost in my, like, when I close my eyes, I replace it with my waifu. And it worked. And holy shit, that made me realize just how powerful the mind can be. It's not God that's all powerful. It's your mind. What you believe in will make you powerful. You know? So I don't necessarily hate or like God, but I don't believe in God. But yeah, I just want to say I understand this point of view from this ending. Sorry if I voice over the song as usual. Just want to say that, you know? The endings of both ending were really good. I enjoyed both. I can kind of see why people didn't say this is a what if, because it's, at the end of the day, it's really true. Oh, there we go. We open knocking on heaven's door. So, next episode, I will try to play Knocking on Heaven's Door. I have a translation tool, and it's pretty good. And I'll try to convey what's going on in the story. It might not be the best translation tool at like whatsoever, but from what I played, it's actually, or what I, you know, from other games I played using it, it's pretty good. If you're curious about what it's called Deep L. A friend of mine told me about it, and it's really good. To get the most uses out of it, you have to pay for it though. It's like $7 a month. But you'll have to wait till the next episode to see if the translation is good or not. I will like read you the direct translation and then try to, you know, give you a feeling of how the translation actually is. And I'll also give you my own interpretation of that translation. But yeah, thank you all so much for sticking with Subahibi up till now. I know I might not have been the best narrator. Of course I'm not. But as much as I shit on something, I like it. That's just how I am, you know? I criticize a lot of stuff. Mostly from my own sense of bias, of course, because I'm human. But that's just how it is. Even if I try to be objective, that's not who I am. You don't want to listen to some robot. But yeah. I enjoyed the game, and I enjoyed the ending. The next episode, we are going to try knocking on heaven's door. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Hello, I'm Azai. So, it looks like there might have been a secret ending that I thought was knocking on heaven's door. But it looks like there's supposed to be a secret ending when I go through Jabberwocky again and a secret choice opens up. I actually didn't know. So, I don't know how long the secret ending will be, but I'll probably tack this on to the episode where I upload alternate ending for chapter 7. Interesting though, like, actually didn't think they would do that, so let's see. So just the normal Jabberwocky. I'll probably skip until we get to the choice, and then if the things start talking the same way again, I'm gonna skip again, you know? So I'll see you guys in a bit. Wow, okay, there we go. So this is the ending, I assume, or the choice. Man, I had to skip on a lot of stuff. That was crazy. But this looks to be the secret ending. So is this the choice where we don't choose anyone? If so, then gosh, that would actually be the most amazing thing ever. But let's try it out.
どうでもいい、そんなこと。
どうでもいいって、とも兄さん。
つうか出るぞ、ユキ。
え、まだ頭とか洗って。
うるさい。
I left the bathroom in a hurry. When I left, I turned and saw that Yuki had already disappeared.
無理してたのか。なんでこんなことのために無理をするんだ、あいつ。
Interesting. That one choice, though, I wonder what that means. Like, she's still gonna disappear? I assume everything right now is going to be the same again. Yeah. I'll see you guys in a bit again. But interesting. Okay. Looks like there's a new scene here. With Yuki again. Interesting. I want it to be with Yuki, just like this. But I couldn't do that. There was something I had to do. I finally understood my purpose.
今日の間宮拓司の行動、そして心の動き、把握できたか？
So we didn't have sex with Yuki, and it looks like what happened... Oh my god, it looks like this is what I want to happen. So we don't have sex with Asaki, we don't have sex with Yuki. This might actually be the ending that I hope for. And it looks like we can skip again. I'll see you guys in a bit again. Alright, so we're back. So just like what happened when I tried to get the alternate ending for, you know, the other ending we just got a few minutes ago, the only thing that changes in chapter 7 is when we met up with Yuki right here. So, I see. And that dream I just had was all my memories of the past, is that it?
うんそうなるね。
俺は死んだんじゃないのか？
死んでたらここに立ってないでしょ。ここは霊界でも天界でも何でもないんだから。
でもこのシートだって現実のシートではない。ユキが作り出したものか？
どうなんだろうね。私もよくわからないよ。ただわかることはさ、ここにないもの、それが重要なんじゃないの？
ここにないもの。あ、今の。
そうだよ。やるべきこと、自らがしなければならないこと、思い出したかい？
俺は。
さあ、行きなよ、友さね。葉咲ちゃんを守ってやるんだろ？何があっても。
そうだ。俺は何があっても葉咲を。
うん。いい答えだ。
今の。
Okay, I can skip again. Is that really the only thing that's new? Oh gosh. I'll see you guys in a bit again. N Sky 2. Okay, this is the new one, I suppose. We could present spatially an atomic fact which contradicted the laws of physics, but not one which contradicted the laws of geometry. Tractatus Logico-Philosophicus. Okay. Transparent. I guess this is where they tell you what the heck is a yana. Transparent white. No, that's not it. There's no such thing as a transparent white. If it's white, then it's not transparent. So I guess it's only half transparent. But still, this isn't really half transparent. Did I mute someone? No, I didn't. If I had to describe this, it's a transparent white. This is that light. Light? This is just light. That's right. That's it. This is light.
セミの声。ここは屋上？
I looked around and found myself in a familiar place. It was the Building A rooftop.
なんでここに？
Mamiya Tomosane jumped off the roof to protect Asaki. And then... What happened?
今日は何日？今は。
I looked at the clock. The date was July 20th, 2012.
あれから丸一日。
Mamiya Tomosane definitely fell from the rooftop, and before that, he received a serious knife wound in his chest. I didn't know what condition his body was in, but he couldn't possibly have gotten released from the hospital already. The fact that I was standing there was most definitely unnatural.
どうなったんだろう。
Did Mamiya Tomosane survive? No. The fact that I'm standing here, in such a strange place, means that I have to assume he's dead. Either that, or this is the world of dreams again. Or maybe this is a lucid dream. I tried pinching my cheek.
痛いや。
If it was a dream, even a lucid dream, I would have felt less pain than normal. Since I felt pain when I pinched my cheek, that meant that the scene unfolding before me was real.
音無彩乃さん。久しぶり。久 久しぶりってそうなの？何が？だってさ、一応は最後の日から1日しか経ってないじゃん。そう。あのさ、何？マミやトモサネはどうなったのかな？なぜそんなこと聞くの？そりゃ気になるでしょ。だいたい私は彼が作り出した人格なんだから。なら生きてるんじゃない？何？それ。家庭1。もしあなたがマミやトモサネが作り出した人格の一つなら、あなたが存在することこそマミやトモサネの肉体が存在する理由。
Makes sense.
でもおかしいでしょ。何が？だってさ、あれだけの傷を負ってたんだよ。一日でこんな場所に来てるわけないじゃん。そう。私が出てくるとしても病院のベッドとかだし。
Oh, right. She did say this is reality and not inside of his mind.
なら家庭にあなたの存在が乖離性同一障害によって引き起こされたものでない。
That's probably what the author is trying to say, but I still don't agree with that. But let's say it's right for now.
あなたの存在はまさに過去実在した人物、水上由紀の魂である。その魂がマミやトモサネに宿ったとしたならば、あなたがここにいる理由とはすなわちマミやトモサネの死を意味する。
What?
そんな。さらに家庭さん、もしこれがあなたが見ている夢であるならば、目の前にいる私は夢の産物。その過程も十分に説得力を持つ。さて、そのどれが現状説明として水上由紀さんはお気に入り？
The third one.
お気に入りとかそういう問題じゃないと思うけど。家庭4。あなたは私が見ている幻覚、私が作り出した幻。つまりあなたは存在していない。
Ayana, we're done with talking about who's a hallucination at this point. I've come to terms with, which one's a hallucination and which one is not. I've kind of accepted it already.
じゃあ今こうやって考えてる私って何になるのよ。考えてる私は存在してるじゃん。私の脳活動、その一部が多人格として認識しているに過ぎない。
That's true.
つまりはあなたが考えてることはあなたの存在証明にはならない。今存在している水上由紀は私が作り上げた別人格であるという可能性は全く否定できない。それは一つの肉体に三つの人格を作り上げたあなたが一番理解していること、自分が思考していること、それが自己の存在証明などにならない。あのさ、私は知りたいの。何を？だからあの後どうなったか？それを望むなら確かめればいい。屋上のドアを開けて外の世界に飛び出せばいい。ただそれだけ。
It was just as she said. If I felt like it, I could leave at any time. I could leave the rooftop and go see the outside world. If I did that, then I could get my wish. I could see the aftermath of everything that happened. But
外に出ればか。それもそれとして手だけど、聞いていいかな？何を？今日は何日？2012年7月20日。明日から夏休みってこと？そう。明日から夏休み。
yesterday, a group suicide happened here. Summer vacation or no, that would make this a crime scene. And yet, looking out from the rooftop, everything looked perfectly normal. Students walking through the halls, students chatting in the classrooms, Teachers lecturing their students. Everything was completely normal. This couldn't be the aftermath of such a tragedy.
どうしたの？綾菜さんの家庭ってそれで終わり？家庭まだ欲しい？説明ならいくらでもつけられる。この世界に注釈を。それは人が望んだ数だけ増やすことが可能。それがお望みであるならばいくらでも。拓司くんが言ってた対の空って何？あれってさ、琴美さんの予言にも白レンゲ協会の予言にもない言葉だよね。対の空、そのまま終わりの空。あの名前って誰がいつつけたんだろう。記憶、記憶、幽霊部屋、対の空。覚えてる。覚えてるとかそんなの記憶違いでしょ。そうなの？だってあれおかしいでしょ。何が？だってさ、あれって私が高島さんの自殺に巻き込まれた時に見た夢でしょ。
So, during chapter 1, at the very end,
だったらおかしいじゃん。何がおかしいの？だってさ、もしあの時高島さんの自殺に巻き込まれてたら時間軸がめちゃくちゃだよ。その後また私は高島さんの自殺を経験するんだから。家庭後、未だにあの夢から覚めていない。あの夢？高島ザクロの自殺に巻き込まれた水上由紀。彼女が見た夢の続きが今この瞬間。
I mean, that's possible.
夢？これが？いや、どう考えても夢っていうには。
No, I think it's possible.
そう。なら家庭6、幽霊部屋、対の空の記憶は誤った記憶。度重なる人格の入れ替えによって起きた記憶混乱が見せた夢。飛び降りる高島ザクロが水上由紀に激突した事実はない。単なる記憶の混乱。ならなんで拓司くんとか夢の中で出てきた対の空なんて言葉使ってたのよ。脳を共有する者同士。それは不思議でも何でもない。だとして最後に見た風景、あの空の存在が気になる。
The last thing I saw, that sky, the scene which Mamiya Takuji-kun saw at that very moment when he jumped. I felt like I knew that scene somehow.
繰り返される世界、ある地点から。確認していい？何を？あなたは水上由紀さんでよいの？何を今さら。だってそういう風に呼んでたじゃん。由紀さん、水上由紀さんって誰？由紀さんは過去に実在した人物間宮葉咲を助けることによって死亡。その後間宮友実の肉体に発生した人格としても実在する。ならば今ある由紀さんは誰？死んだ由紀さん、それとも間宮友実が作り出した人格としての由紀さん？そんなこと言われてもわからない。わからないから私に尋ねている。最後の注釈。由紀さんに質問です。この世界にはいくつの由紀さんが存在しますか？
I don't know.
一人は沢井村で生まれ沢井村で死んだ水上由紀さん。もう一人は間宮友実が作り出した人格としての水上由紀さん。そして私と話している今この場に存在する水上由紀さん。
There was also one more that you forgot. The one who was acting in chapter 2.
さて問題です。あなたは何人目の水上由紀さん？
Quite a few.
そんなの知らないよ。っていうか私は私だ。そんな何人もいない。
No, you're acting weird, Yuki. You know that you got replaced before.
沢井村で死んだユキさんも、友実くんの中のユキさんも、今いるユキさんも同じ。
I don't agree.
だったら、他に存在するかもしれないユキさんは、他に存在するかもしれない私。そう。他の人格で発生したユキさん。それもまたユキさん。そんなの知らない。というか、私がそんなに存在してたまるか。でも事実として一人ではない。高島ザクロさんの自殺に巻き込まれたユキさん、沢井村で死んだユキさん、友実くんが生み出したユキさん、そしてここにいるユキさん。そんなの知らない。私は私だ。幽霊部屋、対の空で見た風景。それはいつの風景？風景？
At that moment, strangely enough, I remembered the expiration date on a bag of potato chips I found in that attraction, 1999. I remembered the date on the calendar on the wall. I didn't at all understand what it meant, but somehow I remembered that date. I didn't know whether those words had any meaning. The only thing that particularly stood out in my mind was the date.
最後に付け加えられる注釈。家庭7。すべての存在は一つの魂によって作り出された。
Every existence was created by one soul. What does that mean?
なんだよそれ。たくさん存在したユキさん。そのすべてがユキさんならば、世界に必要な魂の数なんて多くなくていい。一つの魂がすべての視点を持てばいい。それ意味わからない。それって。
She's talking more about us, the readers, I suppose.
高島ザクロも、間宮友実も、間宮拓司も、間宮葉咲も、若月鏡の司も、一つの魂が見た風景。
Actually, we never went to the perspective of Tsukasa, or sorry, Kagami. But then again, Kagami was just a doll.
それおかしいだろ。時間がかぶってるし。それを言ったら、高島ザクロさんの自殺に巻き込まれたユキさんと巻き込まれなかったユキさんは同時間に存在していることになる。偏在転生。偏在転生？たった一つの魂の無限の輪廻転生。時間、空間を超越した無限の輪廻転生。もしそれが可能なら、世界に魂なんていくつもいらない。
I suppose that's true.
世界はたった一つの魂の輪廻によって作り上げられた世界。
That's a bit far-fetched to think about, though.
逆に、生物の数だけ魂がある方が不自然。生物はその時々で数が違う。数の上下が起こるたびに、世界に魂は溢れたり、不足したりしてしまう。だったら、魂の数は一つこそ輪廻にはふさわしい。たった一つの魂が全ての生命に宿れば問題ない。そんなバカバカしい。そう、この説明こそ世界の謎を多く解き明かすとも言える。例えばどんな？なぜ人は他人を理解できるのか。
They don't. I'm telling you straight out, they don't. They try to, but they don't.
それぞれが違う存在、それぞれが違う視点、それぞれが違う世界を持ちながら、なぜ人は他人を理解できるのか。 説明することはできない。同じ赤色を見たとして、なぜそれが同じ赤に見えていると考えられるのか。
They don't because, like, I might meet with someone that's actually colorblind and they might not see the same color as I do.
友実君が言った思考実験。上下左右反転するメガネの世界。ただ、それが整合性が取れているという理由だけで、私は他人が私と同じ世界を感じていると理解する。でも、その理解はどこから生まれるのか。私が感じる視覚、聴覚、触覚、味覚、嗅覚はなぜ他人の感じるそれと同じであると言えるのか。
I can't. I mean, I never said that. Other people probably did, but I don't think that.
例えば、痛み。私はなぜ他の人の痛みを理解できるか。
それは表情、振る舞い、その他発せられた言葉で理解する
というのは説明にならない。その場合に私が知る痛みと他人が感じている痛みは別物かもしれない。
Because it is different. Like I said, I don't have the crazy assumption that what I feel is the same as what other people are feeling. It's completely different.
それは想像力。
想像力。つまり私が感じている痛みをそのまま他人に置き換えて、私たちは他人の痛みを感じる。
Most people do that, yeah.
なら、まず私はこの腕が痛いとする。その痛さを今度は自分のつま先に移動させる。つま先の痛みをそれが接している地面に移動させる。ならば今この場で私は痛みを地面で感じている。そして地面からの痛みをユキさんの足に移す。私は自分の感じている痛みをそうやって他人に移動させて感じている。他人の痛みを想像する行為とはそのようなものでしかありえない。その痛みは地面にも服にも、なんだったら本だって机だって想像によって移動された痛みとはそのような意味でしかありえない。
Yup, I agree with that.
私は私が感じるものとしての痛みに基づいて、私が感じるのではないものとしての痛みを想像しなければならない。その議論、哲学者ビトゲンシュタインのものだよね。他人の痛みを感じるとは想像力で自分の痛みを移動させるような行為ではない。
ユキさんは知ってるのにとぼける。なぜ自分と他人とで痛みは同じ意味を持つのか。
なるほど。それは全ては私であるからと言いたいわけか。
そう。それが家庭7。全ては私。醜いあの子も、綺麗なあの子も、いじめられているあの惨めな少年も、いじめている少年も、惨めなあれも、汚いあれも、美しいあれも、誇らしいあれも、全てが私。
What a crazy assumption.
世界は私だけでできている。だから私はあなたを理解する。あなたの痛みを理解する。あなたの悲しみを理解する。あなたの喜びを理解する。世界は無数の私があるだけ。
グロテスクな推論だね。
でも家庭7なら全ての説明はつく。あなたが感じたこの不可解な世界全てに
説明がつくなら何だってそうだよ。いくらでも説明なんてつけられる。
That's also under the assumption that what I'm seeing right now is real.
神様が5分前に世界を作った。火星人が来て全人類の記憶をおかしくさせた。どんなバカバカしい説明だってできてしまう。でもそれらは
語り得ないもの。
それで家庭7だとしたら どういうことなの？それって世界最初の生物が発生した瞬間、この世界に魂が宿った瞬間から始まっているの？それともどこか特殊な時間的な位置、何かそういった地点から発生しているのかしら？
それだってどの地点からだって言える。例えば高島ザクロさんが自殺した瞬間から始まった魂の偏在転生。
同じ世界を何度も違う私としてのやり直し。彼女は違った未来を模索したってか。
あるいはあの夏の日、沢井村でのユキさんが死んだ瞬間から始まった魂の偏在転生。あるいはユキさんがもう覚えてない謎の地点。例えば対の空が現れたある地点から続く魂の偏在転生。
対の空が現れた？何それ？そんな地点があるの？
あくまでも仮定、そう想像することもできる。ある地点、世界の終わりと言われた日、そこで世界が終わっていたにもかかわらず、魂は延々とその世界をループさせ、あたかも存在するかのように振る舞った。
どんな過程だか。
あくまでも注釈、増やしてみた説明の一種。それをユキさんが気に入るかどうかは知らない。
私が気に入る。
I closed my eyes. Well, she made sense with those hypotheses, but then again, as she said, it depends on which one you prefer. The one I prefer is, of course, that this is all just a dream, and Yuki doesn't exist, of course. But people might interpret it differently, and they're free to do so. I don't mind if they do. Maybe the world ended a long time ago in the distant past. The soul which I call me, I feel like it must have taken these same actions millions or billions of times already. Maybe I acted the role of every single one of the world's souls. At times, I'm Minakami Yuki. At times, I'm Mamiya Takuji. At times, I'm Yuki Tomosane. At times, I'm Takashima Zakuro. At times, I'm Mamiya Hasaki. At times, I'm Wakatsuki Kagami. At times, I'm Wakatsuki Tsukasa. And once again, I feel as if I'm doing it all for the first time. Well, it doesn't really matter either way. Now, that's it. The sky. It's the sky. I can see the sky. Why is the sky blue? And why? Why do we sense that it is blue? The endless sky. The blue of the sky. It must be. Probably. Where does the sky lead to? It must be. It must lead to the skies of all the rest of the world. Which means that this sky leads to the end sky. No, they're not connected. Because after all, that is something which must not be true. But is that true? Huh? That's Miyu's voice. A voice called out to me from somewhere. The voice of a classmate was calling out to me. I turned around.
音無し彩菜さん。
はい。
たく探したよ。たくどうしたのよ、一人でこんな場所で。終業式始まっちゃうよ。
始まる。
そうだよ、始まっちゃうよ。どうしたの？
終わったばかりなのにもう始まりなんて。いいえ、行きましょう。その始まりの地点へ。
Wait, that's the ending? Okay. I mean, I don't exactly know how to feel about this ending. I guess at the very least they explain to you what sort of existence Ayana is, I suppose. But still, I'm not exactly, like, I kinda, I don't know. Wait, what does that mean in Japanese? But yeah, it really depends on which hypothesis you really believe in. Like, those are the number of hypotheses that she listed, but you can even think outside of those choices that she listed. There are of course other choices that might have happened according to you. I don't truly believe that the soul is just one and then it's just repeating and then everything just gets reincarnated. I don't really believe in that thing. Heck, I don't believe in a soul myself, you know? But there's probably some substance inside of us that we don't understand yet. It didn't give me the explanation that's like satisfying, but it tried to explain it. And of course, every people's explanations are different, their interpretations are different. Kind of had an inkling about Ayana though. She was just a plot device really, which is kind of sad. Same with Zakro. Zakro was also just a plot device. But yeah, this is Azai. Actually 2 episodes on Knocking on Heaven's Door. This is a pretty freaking creepy ass ending song though, holy shit. I guess that's what they wanted to let you with. Jesus, stop showing me this imagery, it's so creepy. Sorry I'm being quiet because I was actually paying attention to what's going on in the ending credits. Such a creepy animation. Interesting. Alright, I guess that's the secret ending. Wow, they actually give me this title screen again. Why? That other title screen was so good though. I mean, I like this one too, but the other title screen was really good too. I really like that one. Well, I suppose that's the end of the secret ending. It's actually really short. Maybe like 20 minutes after I edit out the stuff that I had to skip over. It didn't really impact me very much. Like, it didn't impact the whole story as a whole to me. I suppose it, like I said, it tried to give you some answers, and that's okay. Overall, this game is still a solid read. I did enjoy it for what it was. Still had issues with the pacing, as I said. But if the author really did mean, like, you know, if the author really wanted to emphasize on that number 7 hypothesis where everything is just one soul, I guess it's understandable why he tried to do it. But yeah, not exactly something I enjoy, like, you know, looking at the same scene. Even though you learn new stuff every single time, and you see the same scene every single time, to me, the difference between, like, changing perspective and then seeing the scene from other people's eyes, it's not really that drastic of a change, I think, anyway. I don't know. Knowing that Takuji, Tomosane, and Yuki were the same person was definitely the biggest impact for sure. But other than that, not really. Maybe Asaki's. Asaki's was pretty good. But yeah, enough of my rambling. So that's the end of the secret ending. So next episode, we're gonna try to continue on knocking on heaven's door again. I'm actually... This is future me, by the way, so... The next 2 episodes you're gonna see is like, me that hasn't done this ending. I'm already 2 episodes ahead, actually. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this secret ending. It's not necessarily the best thing I've ever seen, but it's not bad. I'll see you guys in the next one.